Welcome to FDS MTG News for Friday, March 1st, 2024. Brought to you today with the awesome help of the folks over on the PlayEDH team. Be sure to check out their link in the description down below. No more violent outbursts in Modern, but you can ponder more in Vintage. On Monday, March 11th, Wizards announced that Violent Outburst is banned in Modern. After the previous bans of Fury and Up the Beanstalk, people in Modern started cascading all over themselves with Teamer Rhinos. The reason why Violent Outburst was banned is because it was an instant, and as we all know, that means it's allowed to be cast during an opponent's turn, meaning that when the turn passed, you could now untap with whatever large beast you cascaded into, as well as with all your mana open. By putting the ban on the Outburst, Wizards hoped to slow down Teamer Rhinos a bit without knocking it out of the meta entirely. As for Vintage, Ponder comes off the restricted list. Now you can have a full playset of Ponders to ponder with. Wizards said that while the meta in Vintage hasn't changed all that much since Ponder was restricted, they felt they needed to give spell-based combo decks a little boost. Ponder was first restricted back in 2008 when I still had hair and hope. Ultra Pro has announced a new product, Erasable Tokens, and some of the community are a bit upset. A popular content creator on Twitter and Twitch came up with the idea of whiteboard tokens many years back and began selling them from their Etsy shop under the name of Infinitokens. Since then, anytime a large corporation tries to muscle in on their territory, members of the community get a bit defensive. And in full disclosure, I may have been a bit defensive myself over this one. And in full disclosure, I am a fan of Infinitokens. I have a lot of them, but I have purchased them all with my own money. I'm not sponsored by Infinitokens, I just think they're neat. Anyway, back to the story. A lot of folks feel that it's not a good look for corporations to take an idea that was popularized by a member of the group to try and sell it as their own. And it seems this is history repeating itself, as last year Ultimate Guard released the multi-token and got a lot of backlash as well. But to this controversy, Infinitokens responded in a tweet saying that competition is fair, and we have had plenty of copycats riding the wave over the years. But the question is if we can survive long-term versus a huge company like UP doing it with Wizards backing. But they also added, will we give up? Absolutely not. Is it scary? You bet. We didn't get to where we are without being realistic and considering all possibilities. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. And I want to take a moment to let you know that I will be doing a review of the Infinitokens, Erasable Tokens, and Ultimate Guard multi-token. Didn't know I do reviews? I do. Click there. Do you want one of these? Yeah, a card catalog. Well, sadly, you missed the window where libraries were upgrading their systems to computers and throwing out their old card catalogs, and you could get one for super cheap, maybe even free if you were willing to haul it yourself. Nope, that time is gone. It's hard to find these now, and when you do, well, you probably have to pay a lot for it. But you know you have another option, and you can basically get the same functionality. MTG Cave. They have drawers that are 1 row, 2 row, 3, up to 5 row. You can configure them in many ways. Got the IKEA Kallax? They've got one that can fit in it perfectly. Go to MTG Cave today and use the code FDS at checkout. Wizards has introduced a new trans character to Magic the Gathering in the side story No Tells for the upcoming set Outlaws at Thunder Junction. The character Yuma is a trans-masculine character, a first for the game. Yuma is the barkeep in Thunder Junction, but originally hailed from the streets of New Capenna. Not the set, the plane. They lived on the streets, you know what I mean. A member of the Riveteers, Yuma is a weaponsmith who got into some trouble on New Capenna and they were trying to start fresh in Thunder Junction. Link to the story below. The Twitter account MTG Dogs, run by Vorthos Mike, was running its annual Dogs of MTG competition. Basically, creators and fans can submit their dog to be included in a March Madness type of event where polls for 2 dogs are posted and the winner moves to the next bracket. Well, even this tournament has been mired in a cheating scandal. A user, Kigmf_, on Twitter submitted his dog Elvis to be in the competition. In the Sweet 16 round, Elvis was up against the Grixis guy's pupper, Kaya. Elvis promptly defeated Kaya with 60% of the vote. In a now deleted tweet, a user accused Kigmf_ of using bots to cheat in the poll. Apparently, Kigmf_ posted in his work Slack account and asked his coworkers to vote in the poll, which I personally believe because when a coworker posts a pic of their dog and says, please vote, I vote because cute dog plus tenuous connection to the owner equals action as long as I don't have to get up out of my chair. Well, things escalated quite quickly because Kigmf_ has since deleted their account due to harassment, and we are now talking about whether or not Elvis was botted into his win over Kaya. I'm sad to say, this year, everybody loses. They're still voting though, so go over and vote on the cute dogs. At MTG Dogs on Twitter. Let's make a good thing out of this. Universes Beyond may be traveling to the Cosmere. Dexerto.com reported on March 6th that Brandon Sanderson confirmed in a Q&A he was doing on BackerKit that he would be interested in bringing his stories to Magic the Gathering. Not only that, he confirmed that he was in talks with Wizards of the Coast to bring the property to the card game. Sanderson said that Final Fantasy coming to Universes Beyond has postponed the talks with Sanderson because the popular video game franchise has a deep and rich history to pull from. Final Fantasy VII alone has 11 games revolving around its story, so it's probably going to be a bit before we get anywhere near Cosmere. I would be interested to know how Wizards feels about this little revelation being put out into the public. Up until now, Wizards has kept a tight lid on the Universes Beyond properties that were being worked on ahead of time and likes to control the messaging. In any case, hopefully we'll have the Sanderson-verse in the multiverse soon. Let us know in the comments below if you would like to visit Cosmere. Thanks again to the PlayEDH crew for their help in putting this episode together. Be sure to join their Discord using the link below. That about does it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and you all have a wonderful day. As the previous bands of Fury, people in Modern started cascading all over themselves with Teamer. By putting the ban on the Outburst, Wizards hope to slow down Teamer. As for Vintage, now you can have a full playset of Ponder was first restricted. I like making up them words. Ponder was first restricted erasable tokens, and some of the community. Since then, anytime a large corporation tries to mushel, and we have had plenty of copycats whiting? Jars. Jars. Get your jars, boy. Side story no tells for the upcoming set. Yuma is a barkeep in Thunder Junction, but Alindrily? Wow, that was words. That was a word that doesn't exist anywhere. And they were trying to start Universes Beyond may be traveling to the Cosmere. Let us know in the comments below if you would like to Ponder was first restricted back in 2008 when I still had hair and faith in humanity. Ponder was first restricted back in 2008 when I still had hair and a horrible credit rating.